What do you got to do to separate yourself? What time is that? What time are they getting up? Good. So you need to be up at least by what? 7. Am I better than the other motivational speakers? I don't know if I'm more talented than them. I just know I get up at 3 o'clock and put my videos out first. I just know I do 5 a day. So if you're actually better than me, nobody will know. I'm separating myself. I'm putting my stuff out on Sunday night in the shy, but in the world, it's Monday. So what are you doing to separate yourself? 2, 3 more. Talk to me. What are you doing? Wake up early. I love it. What are you doing? Accountability. Coach ain't got to tell you. Your mama ain't got to tell you. Your daddy ain't got to tell you. But that's what happened when you got an entitled spirit and you think you there already. You don't hold yourself accountable. Just because a man is on top one day, it don't mean he's going to be on top forever. And just because you're not on top today don't mean you ain't going to be on top forever. Like, don't try to be something you like. Don't listen to stuff on and try to be something you're not. All right? Don't be like a studio gangster. Right? For real, some of y'all, you come from good backgrounds. Like, embrace that. Some of y'all come from good homes, good parents. You got 2 parents at the crib, or you got your mom and your dad both involved in your life. Your mom pray with you, and you get out the house trying to act like, you feel me? Like I told you, I'm from the Chi. You can look up my birth certificate. I went to school too in Detroit. You can look it up. I don't gotta act like I'm hard. I don't gotta act like I'm nothing. Like, I'm going to be who I am. I don't care how much money I got. I don't care how much fame I got. We all humans. Be who you are, bruh. Whoever you are, wherever you come from. You come from the suburbs, you ain't gotta claim like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you from the north side of Chicago, you ain't gotta be, you from the suburbs, you ain't gotta be like, yo, I'm from the west side. You ain't gotta try to claim something you not or be something you not. Like, be comfortable in your own skin is what I'm trying to tell y'all. That's how I blew up. So I'm myself, bro, and I'm comfortable with myself. I'm about 5'10" with my shoes on. I'm comfortable. Dude, like, are you sure? I'm comfortable. Married 5'10". Been married 30 years, 5'10". 2 beautiful kids, 5'10". I don't need to be 6'6". That's your life. I see dudes 6'10", I'm like, you wasting it. You bragging about you 6'8", you wasting the height. I'm using all my 5'10", bruh. I'm using all of it. Not to be funny, I ain't never got beat up. I use all my 5'10". I ain't been broke. I use all my 5'10". I use my mouth. I don't dream to be 6'4". I love my life. Y'all gotta start loving your life. And whether you make it to the league or not, you are not who you are because of the league. You are who you are because of who you are. And if you make it to the league, then the league is gonna be blessed with your presence. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Be comfortable on who you are. Be comfortable if y'all poor. If you come from a family right now that's broke, use that to your advantage. I use that to my advantage that I was a high school dropout, that I was homeless, that I ate out of trash can. I love dealing with a dude who think because he come from money, he better than me. Let's go. Let's go. You got money, but do you got that dog? Yeah, you got money, you got privilege, but do you got that dog? Do you got that stamina? So yeah, you might have something I don't have right now, but if I work hard, I can have what you have. Don't forget who you are. Don't forget where you come from. My last name is Thomas. I represent my stepfather who stepped in my life because my old dude didn't want to be there. I represent him. I could change my name if I wanted to, but everywhere I go, I respect the man who came in for me when my father wasn't there for me. My mom was 17 years old. High school, they told her to get an abortion. I respect my mom for not getting an abortion, and so I respect the last name. Everywhere I go, I bring my mama pride. Everywhere I go, I bring my sister's pride. I bring my son's pride. Everywhere I go, I got kids, the decisions I make. My son has to deal with the decisions I make. My daughter has to deal with the decisions I make. Your mama and daddy and your family have to deal with the decisions you make. So tomorrow, you start training. Train like this your life, not a game. Like this your life. Like this the last opportunity, the only opportunity. Give it everything you got. And if you fail, you can at least do what? Come on, you can say what? You tried. But if you don't go out there and give 120%, you're not a man. A man don't always put forth effort and accomplish his goals. As men, we fail too. We don't always do everything perfect, but if you're a real man, you try. I've always been there. I ain't trying to tell you I'm the man because I got money. I'm the man because I have a responsibility and I live up to my responsibilities. I give 120% of everything I do. That's all I'm asking you to do. So when you go out there, stop playing yourself. Don't disrespect this game. Don't dishonor this game. If you're gonna go out there, don't go out there with just skill. Go out there with skill and go out there with will. When you are who you say you are, you don't even have to try to act like you are. That you don't even need a business card. Write that down. Get to a point where you don't even need no business cards. Write that down. And if they don't know you, it's because they're in a different industry and they should know who you are. So I don't even get offended when people go, "What up, ET?" and the other person go, "Who's that?" I'm like, he in a different industry. Like you know what I'm saying? That's why he don't know me, because he don't necessarily need the motivation. Are you feeling me? So we want to spend our energy on being what? Who you? So watch this. I'm about to blow your mind. That's what the 1% is. The 1%ers live on their own terms. That's what the 1%ers are. The 1%ers don't care about what nobody else think. They're not concerned about what people, they're not trying to impress nobody else. The 1%ers, all their energy goes into being who they are. That's it. Right? I'm gonna show y'all something in a minute. It's gonna blow y'all mind. Right? There's this new competition going on. I've seen it all over the internet, right? So let's do this real quick. I wanna take my time, all right? Because I know some of you didn't pay for VIP, but I still wanna give you the VIP experience, right? So you're gonna catch me right now. You're probably not gonna catch me in the second half. So I wanna be able to give you as much as I can. Give me 3 or 4 characteristics, for real. Don't try to be deep. I'm not asking for nothing deep. We're gonna walk through this. What is a 1%er? Like what makes it, what's the difference between a 1%? Like what do they have that most of the world, they don't have? Good, discipline, good. Okay, write that one down. That's the one to write down. Write that one down first. Yeah, freedom, write that down. Let's take our time. Freedom, what kind of freedom? Financial freedom, maybe number 2 or 3. Write that down. Time is the first one. When you in the 1%, you got time. You got a lot, you free. You own your own time. And listen to me, I'm not talking about those of you who are self-employed. That's different. You work for yourself, but you still don't have time. You still got to put in 12, 13 hours a day. You can't get up when you want to get up, do what you want to do. You still got to go to work, right? So the number one qualification for the 1% is they own their own time. Good. Well, so I don't know, money could be, wealth could be 1. Good. All right, maybe 2, maybe I would say 3, but we'll debate in a minute. What else do they have in terms of freedom? Good. Creativity, good. We could put that down somewhere. I don't know where you want to put it, but they are super creative. Super creative. Yep. That's somebody else on this same one on freedom. Good. Consistency. All right. I'm looking for something specific. Good. Faith. Okay. Good. Faith. Good. Autonomy. Yep. They own everything. Write that down. If you are in business but you don't own it, something's wrong. You should have at least 51%, you know what I'm saying, or whoever you with is 50-50. Y'all have decided y'all going 50-50, right? Some of you are doing things right now, you don't own it. Does that make sense? You don't own the product. You might have like some software that's killing the game, but you don't own the software. So at any point, whatever you're doing, if somebody wanted to snatch that away from you, they can snatch that away. Does that make sense? How many of you in a situation where you're doing very well, but you don't own the thing that is bringing you in the income? Let me see your hand. You don't own the thing. Raise your hand high. Let's raise your hand high. Good. So that's the goal, right? So for those of us who live in a house and we got electricity, the challenge is you don't own the electricity. So you pay your electricity bill, but if the electricity company was just like flat out, no more, we don't like you and we don't want to give you electricity no more, they could just cut you off, right? That's what that means. All right, here's the last one that I want you to get. Relationships, right? If you are in the 1%, hey girl, if you're in the 1%, right, there's a freedom that you have in relationship. You pick up the phone, you can make some phone calls. All right, good. What else? So we talked about wealth. We talked about time. This is the 1%. Autonomy, right, which is huge, right? And so what I want you to do is just check on these ones, check which ones you have, which ones you don't have. Just real quick, check which ones you have, which ones you don't have. After you just put a check next to the ones you have, right? You don't put a check with the ones you don't have. We're gonna come up with a plan. And here's what broke people do. Broke people wake up every day and focus on what? Getting money. Getting what? Get money, right? And I just told you, if you get money, you don't necessarily have the other stuff. But if you own your own time, you got all of that. If you own your own time, you can't own your own time without having all the other stuff. So that's why we're gonna shift our focus. Broke people wake up and how much money do I need money. You don't need money when you're creative. You don't need money when you're creative. You need money when you're broke. When you're creative, you don't need money. Why? Because you can wake up and create something that can make you $10 million. If you're creative, so you're spending so much of your time trying to make money that you're not focusing on what you're supposed to focus on. So give me a scrap sheet of paper and let's really write out, what would it look like? You know what I'm saying? What would my life look like if I was really in the 1%? What would it look like? And again, that's why I said be careful, because you can start getting on the internet and you can start making it look like something that is not. And I'm not telling you not to market yourself. I'm not telling you not to be creative, but I'm saying don't get to a point where it's a thin line and you lying to yourself. And you're waking up lying. You're waking up doing activities to make other people feel a certain way. And then you looked up and your whole life now has become about making people feel a certain way about you. I'm telling you, invest your time in really making what you wrote down happen so that can happen, and then they're gonna see it. There are those of you in this room, please don't buy another pair of shoes to impress somebody that don't really like you. Please don't buy another piece of accessory for somebody that don't like you. Please don't buy another car to get people to affirm you that don't really care about you. Can we make a vow to make the rest of your life about you and your family, and don't buy nothing else for nobody else? Don't go get yourself in debt. Don't go buy nothing else. Don't get nothing enlarged for somebody who won't really care about you. I'm just being real. Like, you're doing all of that for somebody to affirm you when at the end of the day, they still ain't gonna affirm you over the stuff. They still only gonna love you for real because of who you are. So can we get to a point where we can just live an authentic life? Because when C talked about the superpower, that's what the superpower is. When he said, know your superpower, at the end of the day, your superpower is when you are your authentic self. That's your superpower, is when you're you. If I'm going to be like anybody else, it's not going to work. So any other speaker that get up here, I don't care what they say, how they say what they say. I'm not going to try to say it. I'm not going to try to do it. I'm going to be who I am. And at the end of the day, if you are your authentic self, that's the 1%. There's 1% of us that don't care about what nobody else say or think about us. We're going to be our authentic self. That's what the 1% is. That's why I'm the #1 motivational speaker in the world. It don't mean nobody else ain't #1. I'm #1. Why? Just because I'm being myself. So before I go into these quick principles, I'm just being real. You have a better chance of being your authentic self.